Hello and welcome to today's episode of The Daily Blend. I'm your host, AC, and we are joined in studio today by our regular guest, Robert Ricketts from ITCOMO.
Morning, AC.
How are you?
Doing well. How about you?
Good.
Good.
And today you brought us an interesting topic. We're going to talk about streaming.
Oh, yep.
Streaming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of us do it.
That's right.
Most of us do it. Tell us some, I know there's pros. Like, I only know the pros. But you probably are more familiar with some of the cons.
There's some cons to it, but definitely pros. So streaming is like that a la carte internet, or excuse me, a la carte cable TV that we've always wanted for so long, and now it's finally here. You can cut that $150 cable bill and just subscribe to the streaming providers you want, Netflix and Amazon and Hulu and Disney is pretty popular.
There's a million of them now,
then that's part of the problem. Back in the early days of streaming, which was 10, 15 years ago, you could get by with just Netflix and Amazon Prime.
Yes.
And that is not true now.
No.
So if you're following a lot of different shows, then you might have 6, 7, 8 streaming providers, and you've got that cable bill all over again.
Truly, because it's so easy to get sucked into thinking that you're saving money.
Right.
But you're paying $8.99 here, $12.99 there, $6.99 here, and then they throw in the, get Paramount or whatever free for, 3 months.
Right.
And then after 3 months, you've forgotten.
Yeah, and that's what I'm doing right now, in fact.
And then you're paying for that too.
Right.
And so the price ends up kind of being right back up there to what the cable bill was.
Yeah. The upside, though, is at least it is your choice.
Yes, that's true.
I mean, the thing with the cable, $150 per month, not counting the internet part, just the TV part is probably about average, $50 to $150 a month. That can really add up.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. And I think about how, you hear about a show that's coming on and it's on that one streaming channel that you don't have. And it's only on that one. And so now you got to go sign up for,
Right. And so this is where binging was born, at least as far as TV goes.
Yes.
You'll subscribe for a couple of months. You'll binge the entire show, assuming it's already wrapped, and then cancel the service. And the monthly subscription nature of these streaming services makes that possible.
Yeah, which is that's a nice part.
Yeah, but wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing annual subscriptions becoming a thing. Probably at a steep discount because people are basically bar hopping on with streaming TV.
Yeah, and they pop in and off.
That's right. The streamers don't like that. They want more money. And there's starting to be a little bit of consolidation in the streaming world, especially among the big players. A lot of the small ones, there's still a lot of balkanization in there. Like you said, this show's only here, that show is only there.
Yes. Yeah, and I've noticed it even in the sports world starting to happen. We have been the family that had kept cable because of the live sports piece of it.
Right.
And then, suddenly now you can stream your sports or whatever.
That was always the last holdout was the sports.
Yeah.
You needed to have cable TV for the live sports. But streaming providers are starting to sign contracts with the major sports leagues so they can carry the content on a streaming platform in addition to cable TV.
Or if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, you show a Thursday night game on Amazon Prime, and if you don't have it, too bad. If you don't happen to be in the market, in some areas, if you're not in the market, let's say you're a Chiefs fan who lives whatever on the East Coast, you're not in the market. It's kind of too bad, so sad if you don't have it.
Yep.
But I'm like, these deals are clearly being made. Right?
Yeah,
they're clearly being made.
I mean, there are hundreds of billions of dollars flying around annually in this whole paid TV landscape. And everybody's trying to scrabble up as much of that for themselves as they can.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think whatever that game was, it was a playoff, I think, and it just so happened to be the Chiefs. I guess when they signed the deal.
Well, and you're still going to have local market blackouts. Yeah. That's always going to be a thing, as long as there are seats to sell.
Yep, as long as there are seats to sell.
So that's why we have VPNs.
Yeah. So we're in for a ride.
Yep.
Tell me a few of the cons you see as far as the streaming world goes.
Well, that's the big con right there is there's so much money to be to be had in the streaming ecosystem, that there's no way that what I like to call the media industrial complex was going to let Americans get away with $25 a month for pay TV. Right. Not when they were used to getting $100 to $150.
Yeah.
So this balkanization means that you've really got to be more selective about the shows you want to watch and which providers you're willing to pay for.
Yeah, that's very true. You know, I have definitely had some things pop up that I'm like, oh, I want to watch that. And then I go try to figure out how to watch it. And it's a station I don't have. And then I'm really not willing to pay for it just to watch one show.
That's right.
You know, where I don't know. I'm just like, I'll just have to read about that one or hear about it. Or maybe it'll come out on something much later, you know.
Yep.
Maybe Prime will pick it up later.
And another disadvantage can be just getting your TV to connect to your internet. I mean,
that's real.
Running what we call an Ethernet cable, hardwired to the television, is the best way, but that's not really convenient.
Yeah,
so we use Wi-Fi to do that. And if your TV's too far away from your transmitter that might be 3 rooms away, then you can have a sketchy streaming experience with that little spinny thing going around saying buffering.
Yes.
Well, the way to fix that is to have multiple transmitters located around your house.
Okay.
So that wherever your TVs are, they're never going to be more than, maybe 20 or 25 feet away from a transmitter.
So would that be an extender?
Yeah,
kind of Wi-Fi
a type
extender?
of extender. These are called mesh systems.
Yeah.
Where 3 is a typical number. You might have more for a larger home. But each one can transmit to whatever the devices are that are closest to it. So
that's interesting. You know, we've run into that issue, and I'm sure it's because the router is like, in the office in the corner in a closet, and I guess that signal has to make its way through.
That's right. And those wireless signals get absorbed by the walls, the furniture, the floors if it's a multi-floor house, appliances. We never had that problem with cable TV because you had a physical cable going to the television.
True.
But not now. Virtually everyone uses Wi-Fi for their TV, so we got to get that signal there.
That is very interesting.
I've set up a bunch of these mesh systems.
I was going to ask you. I was like, is that something you set up? I'll probably have you come out and do a walkthrough. Do a walkthrough. All right. Well, we know who to call when we need our mesh system set up. We call ITCOMO.
ITCOMO.com.
ITCOMO.com. Well,
Yes,
Robert,
ma'am.
once again, thank you for joining us, and we look forward to whatever our next topic is next time you are here.
Very good.
We appreciate
Always a
you.
pleasure. Thank you.
We appreciate you coming on.